So there have been a lot of things being talked about right now with the Knuckles TV show, and I actually just wanted to kind of get my thoughts on what I think about this whole show. But before the video starts, if you guys could please like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, what do you guys think of the Knuckles show actually? Do you guys enjoy it? Do you guys think it was good? Or do you not enjoy it at all? Because let me tell you, there have not been a lot of good things being talked about right now with this show. So I just wanted to talk about it and just kind of give my thoughts on it and everything. I just want to say right now, before I even say anything about it, I absolutely love Knuckles. Knuckles is one of my favorite Sonic characters of all time. You know, I loved his whole story in Sonic Adventure 2. He was always one of the coolest characters in the whole series, actually. And everything about Knuckles was just cool. You know, I liked his lone wolf type mentality. I liked how he was supposed to be taken a little bit more of a serious character when he was first introduced in the series. True, he may have been tricked and deceived a few times, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic Adventure and whatnot. But the thing with Knuckles was just cool. He's one of the only few characters back in that time that actually stood up to Sonic. You know, because Sonic never really had a rival back in the early 90s. And so seeing Knuckles come out was really cool. I actually really enjoyed the first two Sonic movies. I know I haven't really talked about that yet on the channel, but the first two Sonic movies were really fun to watch. And then once I saw that they were making a Knuckles show, I was all for it, really. You know, because I loved Knuckles the character, and then I thought, well, maybe this is perfect because with Sonic Movie 3 coming out later this year, they could give us this show to kind of hold us over until that movie comes out. So yes, I was excited when I saw that they were making a Knuckles TV show. You know, the trailer looked promising. Everything about the whole premise of what the show was going to be about was cool. And, you know, even though the show was going to be focusing on Knuckles and Wade, you know, it seemed like it could have worked because, you know, these two are opposite characters. So to have a show focused on two opposites would be pretty interesting. So this show really seemed like it was going to be promising. And, you know, I had my faith that it was going to be really good because this is from the same series that gave us the first two Sonic movies. And it looks like the Sonic movie 3 is going to be looking good. So, right off the bat, I'll just get straight into it. This show is just not that great. I'm going to be honest. Now, mind you, I didn't finish the show. Actually, I never finished, like, the rest of the show. I just started losing interest, like, around episode 2 or 3. Because the first episode I actually really like. I really like seeing the first episode where it seems like it's focusing on Knuckles. Knuckles is just trying to adapt and get used to Earth and, you know, the rules and customs that everything is in the Earth world. You know, because, you know, Knuckles isn't used to how life on Earth is, you know. And then we got to see Sonic and Tails, which was really cool to see because I really think that the way that the show starts off, it starts off really strong with seeing, you know, the main trio there, and it almost seemed like it picked right off from the events of Sonic Movie 2. And so just seeing how the first episode was starting off was great. And then, you know, we got to see how Knuckles and Pat Makachak, I forgot how you say his name, but those two had a moment together, even though he was just a ghost. And I'll be honest, I was not expecting to see that reference at all. So I think the fact that they are diving more into Sonic lore is really unique to see because it's almost like Jeff Fowler has done his homework on the Sonic series and he knows how to make the movies appeal to the audience and to the fans. So I wasn't really sure how to feel once we got to see Wade. Now, I'll be honest, Wade I didn't really initially care for as much, like when I first saw the first two movies. I thought Wade was just kind of a character, like he just was there more so. But he wasn't like, oh my god, like he's leaving a big impact on me. But I won't deny it. I mean, in the show, he seemed like he was okay to watch. I didn't really hate him too much. So, you know, so he's trying to focus on this bowling tournament. That whole story is going on. And then Knuckles is trying to have to train a warrior. And so him and Wade team up and they go on like this quest to a bowling tournament and stuff. And it's just such like a WTF kind of thing as this. And yes, it is supposed to be not taken too seriously because you do have to remember at the end of the day, this is a show for kids. But I just, I felt like I said before, the first episode I really enjoyed because I thought it seemed really fun to watch. But it's like once episode 2 came, he got captured, Knuckles got captured, and then Wade was trying to figure out a way to rescue him. Like, okay, that episode wasn't too terrible, but then episode 3 comes and I'm just like, yeah, this show is just not good anymore. Because the thing that I don't like about the show is the fact that it focuses way too much on the humans. Because I started to notice like in episode 2 that the humans started becoming a little bit more of the center of attention, and I didn't like that. Now, I don't care to finish the show really, but I will just say to anybody who has seen it, and if you enjoy it, good for you. But if anybody who hasn't seen it and is thinking about watching it, I would say you would be okay to just watch the first 2 episodes, maybe. Honestly, you probably could just skip this show entirely because I think this show just isn't really, it just doesn't feel like it's really focused on Knuckles. I feel like Knuckles is just kind of there, and it really hurts me a little bit because I do like Knuckles. Knuckles is one of my favorite Sonic characters in the series. And I just think it's just crazy to see how this show just really just kind of acts like he doesn't exist or he's not that important or whatever. So I could just tell, like, once I got to episode 3 and I saw when they met with Wade's family, I could just tell that this show was just not, it just was not going to be focused on Knuckles anymore. And I just feel like for this show, it just doesn't seem like this is something that people who really are passionate about Sonic would enjoy. And you can say that I should finish the show, but really I just lost that much interest in watching it. And I don't think that really Sonic fans deserve this, because I think if they focused a little bit more on Knuckles, but then they also gave the humans less screen time, or if they called it like Knuckles and Wade or something, because I've heard people say, what if they just called this little mini series Knuckles and Wade, then that would have been a little bit more acceptable, because I think people would have realized, like, Knuckles and Wade are the main attention of the show. But they could have done something with the Master Emerald. Sonic and Knuckles could have done something. Knuckles could have still trained Wade in some way, but it didn't have to revolve around this bowling tournament. I hope that this isn't really what Sonic 3 is going to be looking like. I think based off how Sonic 3 is looking, though, so far, I think it might be okay, because considering it's going to be based off of Sonic Adventure 2 and whatnot. So I think Sonic Movie 3 will still be okay to watch still. I don't think we have to really worry as much for this, but I think based off how the Knuckles show went, it just looked like it was executed poorly. It seemed like it could have had some good ideas, though, going for it, but I just don't really understand, like, why, like, some people would say, like, this is definitely a show that Knuckles deserves, where it's like he's not even really the center of attention. And the first, like, only in the first episode he is, and then the second episode it's just Wade figuring out an escape plan for him, and then the third episode it just focuses on Wade's family. And then I could just tell, based off how the rest of the series was going to go, it just wasn't worth watching. I don't care to finish watching it. That's really all I have to say. So if you guys did enjoy it, I guess comment down below. But yeah, I don't know. I really hope that they can do something better with Knuckles. So that's really all I have to say. Nothing else too much for me to say. So I'll just see you guys in the next one. Peace.